it's been a lot of work, and I just want to start off by saying a massive thank you to these individuals. Before I even get started with anything, I want to give a big thanks to Zenity, Cthulhu, Sly, D, and Dorito. They have been helping me out tremendously in this project, either by sending me clips, which Sly, thanks to him, he sent me a lot of clips for all that stuff, and then Raven helping me out for a bunch of like the modeling and some stuff. Same with Dorito helped me out tremendously with a bunch of that stuff too. And I just wanted to give a massive thank you to those people individually, because without them, this wouldn't be able to happen as smoothly as it did, and I would definitely be on a loss for words for a lot of the stuff. So I just want to give a massive thank you to all those people. But now on to the Get2Know with Zavion. So, as usual, we usually start this off with a video.
So, yes, we do. So, I guess it is time for me to roll over to the other side here. And, okay, I've been dying to ask this one. Oh, Fire Drive with 500 biddies. Hey! He says, good luck with the Get2Know. I hope it goes perfect. Everyone is doing a great job out there. Mew. And Slicenick says, so glad to have been able to help out Acrozy with all that Acrozy. Yo. Yes. And thank you guys. Literally for everything, not just for the Get2Know, but for everything you guys have done. And we'll get into it, but man, you guys are champions, fucking champions in my life. Here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and show the video. No more delay.
Oh wait, don't forget to stream it in Discord for me.
Oh yeah, go ahead and get that. And oh wait, no, application. Oh yeah, that's the application. Boom.
There we go. All right,
you can see the screen.
Yep.
You guys can see the screen out there. Go ahead and put it full screen. And this is my first reaction to this. 1,000 on Patreon. Yeah, I'll get a tramp stamp on my ass of my face. How about that? Getting that necky wecky.
Or just fart.
I smell incest. Russian in the nudie-needies. You've stolen beach balls. You need to return them. Aroo! Do not clip this. Welcome back, poop pop. Here's what I'll do. I will take a screenshot of it. Oh shit.
Epic voice time, baby.
I'm gonna remove your headset with a potato. Economic phobic. Foxy boy, make me go happy. Oh, that sounds so bad. Doodle. Okay. Okay. Basically, you donate, you get to see me put a big fat nut in my mouth. Because the worst thing you can make me do is try to retaliate at you.
Oh God!
Because I can bring it. I'm gonna make it really hard. Really, really, really hard. Okay? Lovey-dovey hang bang bang bang. It's been a while since I did the dog. Is it worth it to spin your hard on, your hard long, your hard? Stop getting so hard. Sorry. I would totally go to Femboy Hooters too. Like, and then like God's like, yeah, you know what? That's not too bad. More shit. Super shit. Shit itty bitty titty fuck fuck. I'm gonna stab your vagina. because I wanted my dick sucked, and I was determined to get it. There we go. Now I'm fully open here. Kick some ass. Know how to lick it too.
Yeah.
So you can do those 360 spins midstream and go wee.
I just wanted to thank you so much for everything that you've done for me and everything that you've done for everyone else. You're probably one of my best friends, and I'm glad to have you in my life.
Hey Zavion, it's me, Sly. I just wanted to say thank you for everything you've done for the ZTV fam and for me too. You took me in as family without barely even knowing me and gave me an amazing chance and opportunity to prove the value of the skills I have. You're beyond kind and the most caring person I know. Please never change who you are at heart and keep on showing everyone just how awesome you truly are. Thank you.
Hi Zavion, Zen speaking. I would love to thank you for giving me many opportunities and being such a good friend. I can't thank you enough.
Hey Zavion, I just wanted to say thank you for pushing me in the right direction in my life and helping me out. It means a lot to me.
Thank you for everything you've done, Zavion. I enjoy helping out and enjoy what you do.
And finally, thank you, Zavion. You're honestly one of my best friends, and I love every minute I spend with you. I know this G2K intro video is really scuffy, but I wanted to try my best at doing something like this to thank you from me and everyone else at the ZTV family. Thank you.
All right, please for that, give it up to like everyone that's been involved in the ZTV. Every single one of you guys have definitely been like champions. Fuck yes, that's for you guys, and thank you so much for that. Oh man, see that's all right. You guys can't see it. I'm just wiping my eyes here a little bit. It's just got a little foggy here in Florida, so I'm just trying to make sure they stay clean. Oh man, and thank you guys. I'm seeing you guys in chat with the love too. Thank you. Oh my god, yeah. So thank you, man. I that is amazing. That is a fucking perfect. There's so many clips. There's even one with where I did a podcast and in there was my daughter in there too, and I remember this just that time. Thank you for putting that in there as well. But yeah, I mean, yeah, okay. Woo! Thank you. All right, I'm going to be repeating myself. All right.
Well, you ready to get on to the questions?
I am ready more than I've ever been in my life.
All right. So I'm bringing together a total
Thank
of 14 questions right now. I think about 14, if I'm not mistaken. And we're just going to go into these, and once we're done with one, we'll just go straight to the next one. So I guess
all right.
And these are the ones I thought of.
Let's go.
All right. So my first question, the first few are going to kind of be a little bit different repeats of some stuff.
Oh, well, 1 second.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh, thank you for the 601 biddy, Shady Geek. Thank you. And when it says 2 hot men in one room, too much to handle. Appreciate it.
Bro.
All right, ready for the first question.
So, when did you start YouTube, and why did you start YouTube?
Oh man, there's a story there. I'll try to make it quick. So
No, take your time. Take your time.
I started YouTube a few times. My first time, believe it or not, I was gonna make it into a hip hop dancing lesson channel where I teach people how to do hip hop. This is true. This is true.
Can I just say something real quick? Is that I know a lot of people are probably like saying that's cap. I've seen the videos of him dancing.
Yeah, I'm not ashamed of it. I can do it.
No man can bust a move. I'll tell you that much. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, back in my military days, what I actually did is at a youth center there. I used to teach dance and to kids and back then. And it was just like part of me back then was just like we have all this other stuff, basketball and whatnot, but mostly you see like with hip hop dances, you see like a lot of kids they get into the wrong crowd. So like Like here, I'm a positive person. I know how to do a skill. It's a safe area. So why don't you like, we get to kids who want to learn how to do this, learn it from me. And then like, we'll go from that. And then I started building up a YouTube channel under a different name, under a different name. It's like Professor X. If you care to find it, I can't even find it. I don't even have the password or account information. But back then, yeah, I would make a few videos and stuff like that, showing off a few moves, and then I would go into a lesson on how to do those, or see if there's something that the kids like and stuff like that. And then after that, had a big lull where I, didn't do anything uploading with any business, but just had a burning desire just like, I had so many conversations. He said Professor X. He said he doesn't even fit you. There's some context missing there. With the Professor X. You guys want to find out more tonight, maybe. But I had a burning desire because I felt like there was like these big brain conversations. We would talk about things that you just wouldn't hear people discuss, and it was between me and my wife at the time. I started trying to make subjects and start getting to YouTube and see if I can bring these ideas in my own way and shape and form. They're always weird ideas, things that people would never bring up as a discussion, but just put it out there. And that was, I would say, about 6 years ago. And then about 3 years, I started doing the podcast on iTunes. And then when coming over to Twitch, I ran into a problem where the model didn't fit the current model I had. And then after kind of tweaked a few things, after getting more adjusted to, VR chat, I found out that this new model wasn't too bad. Just kind of leaving it random, leaving it open, and having people just really be themselves in some way, shape, or form, and just kind of explore that, just became more of something that I wanted. That I didn't even know I wanted, and that is kind of how that kind of started. So I would say approximately about I'm gonna date myself. First started about 8 years ago. Second started 6 years ago. Third started 3 years ago.
Wow.
I tried to make it short.
Well, no, it's good. We want nice, long response to these questions.
I can deliver.
All right. Well, if that,
Dear God, that sounds good.
are you satisfied with that answer?
If you have any more you want to know about, I can give you some details. How about I'll just throw in like the Professor X.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for those who know, and it's everybody comes up with their own like surname. My name is weird by itself. If you want to know my actual name, replace the Z with an X. And throughout my entire school, throughout life, I've been called Professor X. I was the smart kid, the egghead, that guy, the one you would look off the shoulder in order to get your test so you can pass. That's how that worked out. And that's so when I became a teacher and teaching hip hop, which how does an egghead start teaching hip hop? I just picked it up and I actually like did like weird research on it and I learned hip hop through anatomy class. That's just the weird level of nerd I am. And because I figured like your arms can't move like a noodle, so I went through the bone structure and muscle and muscles and try to figure that out. And then I learned how to pop lock that way. I don't know many people that would do that, but yeah, that's how that happened. So that's how I became Professor X, an egghead who can dance. But that was a long time ago.
Hey, a sexy egghead is exactly what we need.
I was sexy. I'm not gonna lie. Still am.
All right. So then the next question is kind of a little bit of a build off. When did you start Twitch?
Right.
And why did you start Twitch?
I first I started Twitch to test it out. I didn't know what it was. I guess like the initial start of it, because I was thinking like Twitch is interesting. There's people on it. There's doing things. I completely no idea what it was. I just saw it as like a new app. Actually, I think that was it. I was like working with one of my coworkers, and it was talking about Twitch, and I was like, okay, I'll go look this up. It's showing this thing with Amazon, and I'm just opening up the app. And, like, I don't think anybody's gonna come in, and I think I had two people like peeking at a black screen with no microphone on it, and like, okay, that's cool. Dropped it, had nothing else, didn't really need it in my life. And then I think as I was getting into VR chat, and then I met a few streamers out there. Some of them they're really popular. I think Radiant Soul was one of them. I remember I was playing Never Have I Ever, and Radiant Soul came up, and I was just doing that little one of those like NordVPN, exactly what you need in your life, whatever. And he's like, whoa, could you do that again? Because I'm actually sponsored by NordVPN, so I'm just kind of just doing it for a stream on there. It's like, oh yeah, and then they off did their own thing from there, and like, yeah, and then they got a lot of people that saying like, hey man, you should try like Twitch or stream or something like that. You should stream, and I'm like, I don't really have a reason. And then a couple months later, like, well, I'm already doing my podcast. Let's try it out. First one I did, I had a lot of people enjoyed it. We didn't have any formatting. It was pretty much what we do on Fridays, which of course, happy Friday, everyone. And it worked out really well. A lot of people jumped into it. I don't think we had like a 3-topic based thing. We just kind of had one. We had 3 topics. Now I think about it, but we couldn't get to the other 2. We just never could get there. We just stuck on one topic. The room filled up. We had just like 30 people in the room, all kind of talking and it's kind of ripping on it, and that was just awesome. I was then going to port that. I think I did actually port that over to my iTunes. It did not do good on iTunes. The audio quality did utterly horrible in iTunes, which is why I don't convert them too much into what people would think is an actual podcast for iTunes. But it worked pretty good on Twitch, so like everybody can understand everybody. It made sense. Seeing people kind of talk and kind of react in it worked very well. So I just kind of leaned in and just started doing like every once a week. I'll start streaming on Twitch and just see how that works, and then I keep my other thing on the side, and that's pretty much that. And that was probably about 3 years ago as well.
That's because I kind of remember the first time I joined in on one of yours, and I think you were streaming it, and it was kind of like the same thing. And that was I think that was the night well, no, I think I met you somehow before that in some sort of public lobby, and you were just really cool. So yeah, and it's obviously something that people don't know about me is I don't usually add people a lot. I don't really like add people back on things. What do you call it? It's not just I just what I mean. If I don't have plans, what I mean. If you're not like a good friend, then I'm not gonna really add people back on some of those things. And I had you, and I accidentally invited you to one of my worlds. I know we've talked about this before, but I invited you to one of my worlds.
Yes.
And I was like, and you actually joined. I was like, listen, man, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to invite you. I meant to invite another friend, but you're more than welcome to come hang out and talk if you want. You kind of like were like, yeah, sure, I'll come come talk.
The moment before that, you guys, I think I popped to the world, and you guys weren't there. I was just in the area by myself. Mm-hmm. And this is one of the worlds that you had this issue that happened with that. Yeah. And I remember when I was on there, we're literally on the fucking moon, and it kind of had that feel. I'm looking up. Mm-hmm. There is Earth on an actual planet up there, and I'm looking up and around like, oh, this is pretty cool. This is like mad cool. And then when I see like everybody kind of pop back down, and you were already hanging out with a few other people there, and then I think you were like, oh yeah, sorry for the invite. Like, no, I'm actually already having a good time. I am loving what I'm looking at right now. This is so fucking awesome. And you had this rock that if you clicked on, and it would teleport you like to like
yeah
to the planet. I'm like, and I remember like, holy like that was fucking phenomenal. Like I was kind of blown away there. So I didn't know you had like I didn't know, I guess, like this part of you then, and I was just like, and this is when we just started getting to like actually like the initial part of it, getting to know someone. And yeah, it was just it was insane. That's kind of like how it started. And shortly after that, I think I brought you back to the podcast world that I was using at the time.
Well, no, because what it was is you were having your podcast, and like I said a few nights ago, that happened, and I was like, and I came on, I was really bored. I'm like, let me just get on some VR chat. So, you know what I mean? Why don't we see if anyone's cool online is on? You know what I mean? Just go chill with them, talk. You know what I mean? Just relax. And I saw you were online, and no one else was really online. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go say hi back to this guy. I'm gonna go return the favor and go, you know what I mean, and go talk to him. Because last time I saw, I was like, this guy's really cool. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'll go back and I'll return the favor. I'll talk to him. And that's when you were doing your podcast.
Yes.
And go ahead.
Well, actually, I was going to say, do you want to continue on for like from that point, like with because I'm trying to like I guess. Because I remember like you came back and what did we like say? Like I kind of forget like that, like other than like, hey man, what's going on or something. I remember like it was like a moment everybody started kind of clearing out, and then we got a chance to talk, and then next thing I remember is like the total shock in my head is like, I'm gonna build you a world, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's exactly what that was. Because I remember, because what I did is when I got onto VR chat, like I've had my account since like 2017. Well, no, I made my VR chat account in 2019, but I've played the game since 2017, like since, you know what I mean, since the Knuckles meme, the whatever it is, the shit.
Yeah, Uganda.
Yeah, the Uganda thing. And when I got it, my one friend Kem, he knew how to do the avatar building, so I had him teach me, and I said, I also want to do the whole world thing as well. And he had a friend who taught me, who honestly didn't really tell me fucking shit, and I kind of had to learn everything by myself. So I learned how to build, and that's what I was doing. I was just creating world after world after world after world, and eventually I was like, oh, this is gonna be perfect practice. I can create this guy's own world, you know what I mean? And I knew that you would be like, you super happy, because I can already just tell that, you know what I mean, you were already super happy the way you were. And you know,
yeah.
So I was like, I can just, you know what I mean, I can try to create this guy a world and just see how it goes. You know what I mean, I have nothing else better to do with my time, so I figured, I was like, you know what, that seems super fun. So that's what I did.
Yeah. And if you guys want to see like the very first like how the world looked too, I remember like it for me it blew my mind, because like it was the very next day. Like, and it wasn't like it was like near the end of the day or you've been working on it all day. It was the very next day, and there it was. There was a video camera, and it was just a short conversation. Like, oh, what do you kind of vision? Like maybe like a desk or something like that, or you know, a table we can have like microphones and you know, sit around and you know, you kind of put things together. The next day, there's a world. There's my logo sitting there. There was like my theme song from way back when.
Oh my god, yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Yes, he had the two buttons there, so I can automatically play the song that was there, and like it was just I was like, what the fuck? Like, I can't believe like I'm like seeing all this. So I was that like giddy schoolgirl just going, oh my god. Like it was so awesome. It still blows me when I think about it. Just like and you know, just that moment. It's just like, oh, it just really like just blew my mind.
Yeah, that was August of 2019, and roughly around about I want to say maybe like a year and 2 months later, I did the exact same thing. I built an entire new podcast room, which is the one we're sitting in right now, and I had the whole moving skit. But that was a little...
and that blows my mind too. To think about it this way: you did a world, and then over the course of over a year, we were using that world for over a year, updating that. We had like the lighting issue because you know, VR chat had its updates, and you know how you love the past VR chat updates.
Yep.
And like that things were down, like, okay, I'm just gonna do a brand new one. And like I think we had we had hit Wednesday. It was on Wednesday. We're about to launch, and you're like, hold on, just give me a second. And then boom, New World posters were up. A lot of what you see here was there day one of the creation of this world. So you went from like the first like almost like the beta test world to building the brand new all the way up, new walls, new couches. I remember though, like one thing we talked about was the layout here, and this layout was actually designed from the Oval Office.
Yeah.
On there.
I remember that. I'm like, what do you want? He's like, do you know what the Oval Office looks like? I'm like, say less. I got it.
Yeah. So this is the presidential presentation of it, and this works out so well. It's everything just so up and improved in so many ways. The G2K room was there. The room that no one goes in, which is my wife's room, was over there. Crozy had his office there, and I wanted that. The rooms in the back where you can take and crop out your photos of your avatar, especially for your desktop, because desktop it can get some more love. There's room for some more love for desktop, but man, it blew my mind. It blew my mind. Yeah. There's so much more I could say on that, but I think I covered it, or at least, or do you have any other questions about it?
Well, that was a little bit of a tangent off of the whole why'd you start Twitch and when. But yeah, I mean,
we went places there. I went places there.
I went on a nostalgia trip, is what I went on. But that was the beginning.
Yeah, so about 3 years ago, from Twitch to where we are now. And I am working on the new poster for you guys that are watching on the stream too. If you want to see a preview, it's technically up on my banner now, but yeah, I'm not quite sure how it looks yet. So I'm still working on it though. But so all right, I think I'm ready for the next one.
You ready for the next one? All right. Now this is once again, when did you start the ITC podcast? Why did you start it? And do you plan to continue it on with the wifey?
I can say that that would be like my start about 4 years ago. So 4 years ago, we did the ITC podcast, and relatively, not doing too bad. It's still growing, even though we haven't put many other materials. And as far as why did we start the ITC? And part of that was pretty much that we had like these interesting conversations, me and her wife Laura, our best mommy inside the server. We would have a lot of conversations, and we wanted to get kind of like our information, our word out there. And part of it paused, some to just because a lot of scheduling conflicts just really hit us hard. And then of course when the pandemic happened, that pretty much just stopped it at full stop. I mean, we were getting busier with ZTV, which definitely kind of hindered a little bit on my side. Plus, you got to have the work life in there too. So I'm filling up my plate a lot already. And then when the pandemic happened, it got really hard because it's like, when do you have a quiet time in there to spend about an hour or two to really just get a nice clean audio done? And then there's everything else that we kind of do on the side. So then that kind of put a hold on it. But as far as bringing it back, yes, but I think that it's going to take some time to bring back the ITC, which we still want to do it. It is still there. And if anything, if the ITC does come back, and if it does make an appearance, the last few episodes were actually on Hook's YouTube. I mean, sorry, on her Twitch, and where we did some kind of sessions there. The format didn't seem to work as well there. We were running into the reverse problem of where one worked really good for the other, but not for the previous. So the iTunes model didn't work for Twitch, and Twitch model didn't work for iTunes. So we're trying to find a Twitch version of that where it can be really entertaining for people to watch and engage with while that's happening. So Zinni says, time to go to, so time for me to go work tomorrow. I'll definitely check out the full video. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Have fun, Zavion. I'm already having fun. And Crozy, you are a fucking beast. Love it. Thank you. Good night, Zenity. Sleep well. Also from Cancer Bus there. How you doing, my man? Too. Thank you for much love in the chat too. I've been peeking out, and thank you for the earlier too when I was watching you on stream. Really appreciated that. But yeah, that will be the pretty much the TLDR on the ITC. We still want to get it going. Part of it, just it's hard to kind of get that moment, and you may have noticed our sleep schedules are a bit different. She's morning, I'm night, and you're getting that time when we're both ready to spin big brain on a topic. And usually we just cover one topic for the entire 2 hours. This hasn't happened yet, so but we still do want to happen. We don't know what the date will be, but yeah.
Well, I'm hoping we can get a return of it. Is all I'm saying.
Same.
Yeah.
I miss it.
So, all right. You ready for the next one?
I am ready.
What made you get into computers? And what age did you get into computers? What was that sparking point?
Well, thank you for the host, gamer guy. I literally always it scared me. I like the loud alerts. So as of what got me into computers, Crozy, I'm gonna sound more boomerish because this is before computers.
Old
Back
ass.
in the day. Yeah. But okay, back in the day, you'd have these amazing cartoons that would come on the screen, like X-Men, like Johnny Bravo, and all that stuff will come up there. And then you want to record them because you can't like just rewatch them or anything like that. You couldn't just get on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
And sometimes your recording device, your VCR, would sometimes break. And I would be that weird 8-year-old kid that would grab a wrench. And I remember I had the one with the VCR was combined with the TV you get from Radio Shack. That's not a thing anymore. The X-Men theme song was the shit. And so I would get the TV off there. It's a big huge CTR. Bring it down. This is with my 8-year-old body. Open up the whole entire thing, remove every screw, put everything in its own separate corner so I didn't lose any screws or anything like that. Get the tape out, put it back in, rewind it, and then screw everything back in. So once computers became a thing, it became just natural. I already had it wasn't that too much of an interest, as I was already had the ability to understand the logic that every part of a PC is just like Legos. This piece does that, this piece does this. So it just became this like really, really easy. But to not dodge the question, to give some kind of vague answer, I would say it will be the military that really end up making it like a full-on thing for me. When I got into military, I started off as a dental technician, working on teeth and making sure everybody's teeth was wider than mine. And then what I worked near was during Christmas you have those people either that you can call this number and you can have an elf talk to you and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of those guys. Sorry to crush your dreams. I'm not an elf, but yeah, I was one of those guys, and I worked with the military and on their satellites area. Not giving any details or anything like that, to kill you. But in short, I was working around those folks there, and they were showing some wild stuff with computers, which doesn't seem like it now, but wild stuff with computers. This is when water cool was like, that's crazy. Why the hell I put water in my computer? That it'll just get over everything. power supplies. They're like, oh, and 500 watts. Like, are you fucking crazy? You don't put that in your computer. You put that in a toaster. And just that kind of wild stuff. And I started getting into that, and then playing like epic 3D games. I'm being sarcastic. I was playing World of Warcraft, but I wanted the hottest thing on the market to play World of Warcraft. There was harder pushing games, but I had like a super super rig for what I could own. I remember I had an overheating problem. In order to fix it, is I needed to get one of those fans that would stand on its own. You just with those big white fans with the big giant blades. I'll remove the side of my case and I duct taped that to the side, so that was my cooler. Was a gigantic blowing fan against my PC, so I could continue playing World of Warcraft.
That's actually really smart.
So,
not gonna lie.
I didn't have like a monitor. I did have like a CTR, and then we had this area where you can just like get stuff that people throw out. But can it play Doom? Oh yes, it could play Doom as long as I raise the RPM of the fan up. You're messing with the. Never mind. I don't want you guys doing that. If you resistors. But if you we'll call it. I didn't like my CTR computer because you just get hand-me-downs. When you first start in the military, you don't make much. Like, I don't think people understand just how many pennies that you had to collect just to kind of make $1 there. Yeah. So I remember I got lucky. One guy was moving out. He had got married, and he was going to be going to a different station. He couldn't take all the stuff with him, and one of the things he couldn't take was his TV. His TV was a I think it was a 60-inch like flat screen TV, which I thought was the most awesome thing in the world. So I have that for my monitor, this big giant TV on my desk, and I thought that was the coolest thing on there. Horrible like typing on it or like looking at text on it. Not exactly the prettiest thing. Definitely wasn't anything 4K, but it was like my proud and achieving gamer moment is having this one large TV for my monitor and trying to jerry rig that into a thing. But there you go. My tech experience kind of started in the, I would say, military for computers.
All right.
It was a natural transition, though.
It was something that you definitely were like, I could definitely see myself having a hobby in this.
Oh yeah. I have more fun with computers than actually playing games, and you know that.
Yes. All right. I guess our next question. You ready for it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever think you'll stop doing the podcast on VR chat and switch to another game, or just use voice calls?
Most definitely. This sounds like one of those very hurtful, like painful. If VR chat dies, what do you do? But honestly, I think that we're more than just one game. Everything like we have creative on the side of us that we see with inside of VR chat has always been there, and VR chat may have been something that helped us grow, amplify it, but it's definitely not the end all of it. At the end of the day, VR chat is a small piece of a puzzle that's in our life. It's a big one, but in a way. But everything that we've gotten there, connections with people, we've been talking to people for a while. We've been making these connections without the VR chat before, and to make the recipe again wouldn't be too hard. And then you'd have to close all of these avenues off at the same time. And I don't think that will happen, not all of them. But I do think that VR chat's just a game for now, and there may be another thing that'll grow, and we'll probably just end up transitioning to that. And it'll probably be a very natural progression too, where we'll be probably jumping back and forth or so. I think before we had a conversation about this, if we wasn't doing this in VR chat, there's a good chance we'll be doing this in Minecraft.
Oh yeah, true. I remember that we did a few of these in Minecraft. I think didn't we do we did these G2K in Minecraft, no?
We did the very first G2K in Minecraft with D. So the very first of G2K was done inside of Minecraft with the interview with you blowing up his ass. That's a very entertaining G2K if you guys want one. Oh, thank you for the follow, MacMuffin78. Thank you. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. If you guys want to see a very interesting G2K, please see my man's G2K. It was very interesting. We got a two-person perspective because I got his stream and my stream pulled up at the same time, and the very ending of it. Oh my god, when you're just blowing them up and you just hear ah.
I think I remember harassing D a lot on that one.
Hey Okami, how you doing? Oh my god. But yeah, I mean, this isn't the first social game. This could be done in many other games. If you think hard enough, you will be coming up with 1,000 ideas. Other people think of 1,000 ideas too. I know where other people's thinking like, oh no, but this goes away. Like World of Warcraft. Name your free-to-play MMO that has a large player base, or something that if I said, hey guys, we're gonna play this, that you guys would probably jump into. I've already played just a few games on here right now. I'm even getting a little bit into Destiny and GTA. I mean, I've seen that people can do it in GTA, and I think we plan to do one in the future. Not saying when, but yeah. and also being a little bit loose helps you get out to a broader audience and meet other people outside. We got VR chat, that's our bubble, but there's other bubbles out there for other video games too. So more than likely, in the long way, yes, we could if we were eventually to grow outside of VR chat. I mean, could we grow up if VR chat fades away? Yeah, but we're going to continue this ride as long as they keep providing the good.
All right. I'm hoping that we can continue on then, and hopefully,
same here.
Maybe one day we will get to it.
There'll be a lot of work to change.
All right. Do you ever plan on making a more permanent podcast like the ITC with only a set group of people instead of requesting to join? So are you going to make like a permanent roster of people? So it would be you and 3 other people, and they would be there every single podcast for the most part.
I can say I'm in the idea of experiment on just that. Good gaming morning is definitely a part of that experiment. Eventually having a set crew of people who really know their stuff, or can really hit a couple of topics. I think in a way we'll still be a bit flexible. I think with that, most podcasts in some way they're relying on guests on there. And there are ones where it's just a set crew where they cover topics. I think the best one I can think of off the top of my head would be I cannot think of their name. It's you know what? That's the answer. I cannot think of their name, so we just won't mention them. But there's a couple out there where they have a set crew that always comes on there. But but I think in a way for the ZTV fam, the podcast that we run here, we're always gonna have some in some way where we have someone coming in new. I think it depending on what I'm picking up from GGM is that we'll have more than just me or the people that can hold the mantle for hosting besides myself. Similar to Linus Tech Tips. Thank you. Yeah. That's it. Linus Tech Tips. They can also hold the mantle for that, and I may be playing another role for that. I may be one of the people that's providing some of the sources and information from something that I research, while they kind of spend the time to host that for me, or I play the camera guy, one of the two. So in short, yes, it's all about trying to make sure that we have a really keen dynamic. When you start shortening down the base, you can see it with Wednesdays very easily. Actually, if you guys want to know, here's a formula how Wednesdays work. It's kind of funny, but it really does work. So on Wednesday we have about 6 people, and you have 3 topics, and then you have 1 host, and from that we create 21 answers. From those 21 answers, we will spend approximately between an hour and an hour and a half. If you reduce the people, reduce it by 1 person and have it 5 people, you then can cut down the time frame to about 30 minutes. So if we have 5 people, we'll be at an hour and a half of a show. You increase it by another person, we'll be at around 2.5 hours to 3 hours. So it's a small formula in there, and it grows exponentially from there. Usually if you get 7 in there, we're looking at a 3-hour show.
Okay.
Very simple.
Yeah, so you have a minimum of threshold for like the amount of hours.
Mm-hmm. And if we reduce the amount of people, then they would have to be definitely ready and engaging and ready to put a lot more information out there. A lot. And that's what what the one problem we run into with having a smaller crew is. Then they have to be even more of a talk about, and the topic has to be juicier. This has to be juicier to really bring the meat out, or we simply reduce the time to make it easier for us to be entertaining within that frame. And that may be something that we may be dedicating more to YouTube. If we can get past around the 1.5 to 2 hour range on it, done. If we're looking at shorter and like much shorter, then we'll have an awesome 10-minute section that we'll put out to people. Either way, it's about what people would love to watch, enjoy, hopefully don't mind spending their time with. That's the goal.
Well, it's a goal good we're looking for, so
trying. I may think about this stuff more, but it's just to a creepy level, I think.
yeah. All right, so are you satisfied with that then?
I am satisfied with that answer.
All right, next question. If you made enough money to be full time, would you do it, or would you still stay work?
Fuck yes. I would so do it. And there's a weird thing with this question. I'm gonna add on here. My job isn't bad. And I've had worse jobs. God damn, I've had worse jobs. But there's something about getting the chance to put what you want out there, and maybe what other people want out of there, other than kind of coming to this place that honestly no one really wants to see you there. No one, they just want this other thing. It's not really you that they want. And you do that for 8 hours, and then you have this other thing on the side. Like, if this was better, I'd rather do this. I work harder on ZTV and stuff, and I probably put a lot of hours you guys don't see on there, and I want to put more on there. But yeah, if I was full time. Yeah. I for those people who haven't seen like some of the files I have on here, the terabytes of stuff and then I'm not talking about stuff that's just like stuff that you guys created or anything, like just stuff that I've created for this that you've never seen. It would probably blow your mind. I would rather do this. blow your mind.
Yeah.
I'm already 50% of my 8 terabyte hard drive.
Wow.
Fire Drive said 2 to 4 terabyte. No, it said 8. I'm already past 4. As it says holy. Oh yeah. And so yeah, that is definitely this would definitely be something that would be the answer Val's question. He says why. Why do I have that much? There is a lot of video projects that didn't come out last year. I am currently working on the what do you call it? There was the missing tapes video, and that's gonna probably be the next video that comes out from me creatively for YouTube. That one's taken me a long time, and for those who have heard about it, it is about 50 hours of material that I've been scrubbing through. And it's still going to be not a super long one, but it'll be what could have been in those videos from last year. A lot of that halted also from the pandemic too, and work life changing and just getting those hours to just kind of focus on it just didn't happen. But yeah, that's pretty much it in the short. So would I definitely? Oh yeah, I get much more pleasure from just doing this, quite honestly. And a lot of that's thanks to you guys, really. I mean, that I wouldn't be doing it if you guys didn't want me to. So fuck yes.
And there was actually another part to that question, but you already got excited enough. But the other alternative was, would you go back to school?
Yeah. In a funny way. No, let me drill down on this question. When you're saying school, what are you're talking about? Like
So,
college classes?
yeah, I'm talking about like if you went for a degree, or if you know what I mean, if you wanted to go maybe start a brand new degree or go get something, and you know what I mean, this was your full time job. You dropped work, and you went back to go back to school. What would you, or would you just continue doing the YouTube thing the full time?
For that question, then there is a two-parter. Then, would I go back to a regular educational facility for a degree? No. Degrees are cool. They're nice decoration. If you're looking for a job, a career, it can definitely help you out with that.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm looking for is something that I create that's not existent yet. What I want, I don't see anybody really giving me the skill set for that. What I would go to school for is looking for a teacher that I can actually look for as a mentor, someone who's going to show me that like part of their skills and that can help build myself in the direction I want to go, not a pre-design selection. I am all for schools. Don't get me wrong. I went
So
to
like a
college.
mentor you would want.
Exactly.
Okay.
Someone that I can kind of like, look forward, then I would like their material. There's plenty of guys out there. Some of you are those guys. And then I like, I'd rather learn from that way. So they have a school where I may not get a college degree out of it, but I'm gonna get something that I won't lose, that's in my head, depending if I, get amnesia or something.
Mhm.
Then yeah, that's far more worth it than a piece of paper. As far as like what I have is schooling now, I'm okay. I can get another job doing more computer fixing, and that'll be great. Or I can build something that I can see growing off on its own and maybe becoming something else, or seeing other people take what I built and making it their own as well.
All right. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think that's a pretty good answer.
Okay.
Next question then. Are you looking to expand your channel's content? So are you looking to get past just maybe some of these like VR chat recording clips, and maybe get into
This is the
maybe
stuff that-
maybe a little bit like tech reviews, or maybe like IRL content, or maybe other other games, because obviously I know you're starting to play Destiny a lot more and you're starting to branch out with GTA as well. But you haven't really recorded anything like that yet. You know what I mean? You're a variety, you're like a half variety streamer, but like for your YouTube it's kind of solely all just podcast or VR chat. So maybe on your YouTube channel, do you wanna expand out on there?
And the short answer is definitely yes. I want to expand out from there. I want to be on other platforms as well. Extending from the content that we create as well. Um, uh, Here's the funny thing about I think I got a chance. I think I was in a chat with D and Zinity when we were talking about this, and I just kind of put out there that making clip shows, when you watch like people's clips, and like whether it's mine, um, uh, uh, we're trying to think, Radiant Soul, Fur Trap, or you name it. Some of those are really hard. Those they take a lot more time. And while there are major wins out there from some of the videos, the, what would kill my video in competition to making like one bomb ass, putting great music on it that doesn't get hit by copyright, and like putting like the excellent like visuals on there. Yeah, I know that I haven't met Fur Trap, but yeah, I do know who Fur Trap is. But what would kill my video is someone burning a knife till it turns bleeding red and then just cutting butter slowly. That will destroy my video and views, hands down. If you were if you were to take we call it just weird stuff and make it simple, it could be a 5-second video. It would destroy the numbers, and part of that is when I kind of look back and like, we gotta create a way I see it is just another focus that we can also kind of get on there. And 90% of my videos too, as you were probably making the video for me as well for the G2K, it's hard to get shots of me. I'm not in my own material much. A lot of my own stuff is just everywhere, and also I'm not in VR all that much, which that's going to be coming to a change as well. But yeah, it's so yeah, I do want to switch up the platform. I do want to get more engagement. Part of that, I think, why I always worry about that is I want to make sure that how I put this, there was a person that told me a long time ago is that stars don't shine by themselves. And I guess since then I don't like the idea of kind of always sitting in front of the camera and it being me.
Mhm.
And I like to bring someone else along for the journey, whether I'm with whatever I'm doing. So I think that's part of like maybe my own hiccup in there. Maybe there's another way to interpret it to make it work, but I definitely don't want to just put the camera on my face, stare at that. I'm not dishing anybody who does that. I'm just saying that that's not what I kind of would
Mhm.
like for myself.
That's not the path you want to take. You want to take one with someone, not by yourself.
Yes, exactly. That's how you build a memory. You don't do it alone. You forget those moments.
Yeah. All right. Well, I hope to see more content in the future with that then.
Here's
Now-
the hoping.
Now the next question is, do you ever plan on going fully open with your face, such as a face cam streaming or videos with face cam? Or you just, you know what I mean? Like, do you think this is realistically something you would see yourself do? Or would you just always kind of just say, my face is out there, that's it, it doesn't care, I don't care if anyone sees it, but I'm not going to go through the extra effort to vent face cam stream?
I like this question. I like this question a lot. Okay, so here's my answer, and it's convoluted as hell, and because it vibes it vibes on psychology. I can't say the word. Psychology. Thank you. And that is like, how do you see oneself? A lot of people say, well, when I look in the mirror, boom, there I am. For some people, it's how people view me. So if I go in the crowd and I feel like I look cringy, whatever, that's a reflection of me, of how people perceive me. I'm of that no, I'm not the mirror. No, I'm not what people think of me. I am what is inside, past the skin, past the head, and what I can put out there. In other words, I feel like I'm more of a manifestation of my creations. That speaks more to getting to know who I am than someone looking at my face. And it's been that way. People, well, and Rosie, you see me as a nice, kind person, right?
Yeah.
That's not reality outside here. That's not reality at all. I do have a face. Well, some people say I look sweet, whatever, and I'll go with it. I'll take that. Okay, so maybe I have some sweet times, but yeah, I also have a face that looks like I'm going to murder you when I'm just really happy on my birthday. Like I have that kind of look. So, and I remember like the reality that kind of hit me that I had that look is I was trying to take a selfie of myself, and this is when I was doing it the old way with the flip phone, so you can't see your face when you do it. But it took the flip phone, trying to turn around and smile. I smiled in my head. I was smiling. I triggered the muscles that required a smile. I look back at the camera. I'm mean mugging. I look like I'm about to beat up the person holding the camera. It does not look pretty. Like I look like I'm angry all the time. And that's literally not me. For you guys who talk to me and know me, I feel like you guys need to know more of me this way than kind of meeting me IRL. Like, ooh, this dude looks mad.
Mm-hmm.
So, when it comes back to like showing my face, I don't feel like in a way like I may do it. If you guys want to see my face, I've said it before. You can. I'm putting a really bright smile that's over in that Patreon area that's down below. Thank you if you do. You don't have to, but yeah. That is where you can see my face. It is there, but I don't feel like that would be the image if people thought of Zavion or Zavion. They would picture probably as some goof type person. So in a way, I feel like through the filter, or through the mask, you see the real self.
All right.
I told you it was a convoluted answer to a very simple question. Will you do a face reveal? Well, here's the thing.
I already did. All right. Well, I think this one might be one of my more favorite questions. Who are you inspired by? Like, whose videos did you know what I mean? Because like I can list a few creators of like I saw their videos and I was like, you know what, you know what I mean, I really kind of want to do the type of editing and the type of level of production and the type of comedy that they're doing, and you know what I mean, and I was inspired to push towards that. But I want to know who you know what I mean, who you kind of like were like one day you were just sitting down watching someone and you said, damn, I really like that, and you know what I mean, and you're like, and it kind of inspired you to do something like that or do something like what they are doing.
I can definitely say a lot of those nighttime host comedies guys who like discuss the news. There was Steven, what's his name? I cannot think of his name right now. It was I cannot think of his name. God dang it. Let me look this up here. Give me a few seconds here. With that also, and for a podcast, most definitely there's a podcast called Freakonomics Radio. Freakonomics Radio is just a pinnacle of just, you know, big brain stuff. They make math fun, engaging, and sometimes not about math, but about math in the weird way. You get to learn something accidentally, and it's fun. And I kind of like that. Also, looking at Shady Geek, so you have an understanding. You have to understand the philosophy of the face to really understand what a face reveal is. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I'm trying to pull up this guy. Let's see. It was from. You guys don't mind me trying to look this up so I can actually like find the name of this guy.
No,
I know it starts with. Okay, give me a sec here. Let's see. Trying to pull it up.
Do you know what his like the first name starts with?
He worked alongside Stephen Colbert, and I cannot think of it. It was from the first show. Now someone else is running the show, and I cannot think of his name. John Oliver was also on that show with him as well, but I cannot, for the life of me, pick up his name. It was The Daily Show. Jon Stewart. There we go. Jon Stewart. Jay Leno. Jay Leno wasn't bad either. Jay Leno came out. He had this presence. Just to say that. Like, I think what I like about Jay Leno. Just want to throw this out there. Jay Leno, he came out. There's no microphone in his hand, or he did have a microphone, depending on if someone look it up. Maybe there's a thing, but like with nothing, a crowd in front of him. A music band on the back, and someone else out there, and literally this guy is at least 20 feet from anybody or anybody supporting him. All he has is the cameras, and that adds more tension. This is a stressful point for anybody to be in, and Jay Leno comes in like he's walking out of the fucking shower. And he just rocks it, and it's just like that's just a guy who comes out there. He walks out there in front of the audience. Well, hello everyone. We're gonna go ahead and get started tonight. I'm gonna tell you about that. Did you see that Knicks game? Yeah, you didn't, because it was bad and we lost. So we're gonna talk about this other thing, and he just goes, and it's just that energy he had there. So Jay Leno wasn't the answer, but yeah, Jay Leno is definitely one of those out there. Stephen Colbert, I put there because. Part of that show when he was, working on the Comedy Central, Daily Show, whatever, it was a lot of his own personality in it. So that became a bit an extension of what he was. And kind of what it is now is how the new host is taking care of it. So it's his own flair. But from that, there was a lot of moments he would just turn to the camera and just be real with you. and it's like, okay, so you think you make a pizza over here, but this is what a pizza really looks like. Like, I don't know. I talked to my mom, and it's just him just throwing riffs. Like, this guy, I know it's not him writing it. No, he didn't prepare these lines before. This is just him just going at it like, okay, give me the camera, I got it. And something just about that confidence, just that's swagger. That swagger. It's that host swag that I just really like about that. You have nothing else out there. It'll be the equivalent of like you running into a game you've never played before. You get a knife. Everybody else has missiles and rocket launchers, machines, machetes, and all that other stuff, and you just destroy the crew. You're more badass for not having anything, and just destroying out there, and you leave a hero. And like that's what I kind of like about that. It's something about that host mentality, on that I really like. So.
All right.
So there you go.
Always had to be inspired by someone.
30-minute. Also, Michael Jordan, of course, when I was a kid. Emmitt Smith, too. Those guys are really, good champions out there. I know I'm not really a sports guy, but these guys were like, cool heroes. That were actual like legends in my eye. Chris Rock, definitely one of those guys out there. Who am I thinking? There's this one guy. There's a few out there that's out there. So yeah, that was really cool.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you got inspired. That was a really stupid thing to say. I don't know. I said that. All right.
Okama Goku says, Zavion, I know I was known for my insane night skills in my Counter-Strike source days. Hey, you felt like a badass. You felt like if you walked through a battle and all you had is a knife and everybody had better weapons than you, you have all the mission just to turn around and say, hey, guys, you got fucked.
Yep. All right. If you could travel anywhere, where would you go and why? And I actually had another part of this. Now,
okay.
who would you bring with you too? Now, I'm talking more of kind of like, would you just go yourself, just you? You know what I mean? Would you be like, I'm going to like Alaska for 2 days, or like not 2 days, but you know what I mean? You go for like a week, and I'm gonna sit up there, relax, go to like the cabins, and just enjoy myself? Or would you say, my wife's coming with me, you know what I mean, or you know what I mean, or my daughter's coming with me too, you know what I mean, or you know what I mean, whatever. What would you choose?
Oh, 1 second. Oh, DFTW subscribe, showing off his 9-month streak of subscribing. Hey, welcome, D. I got an answer for you on that one. On where would I go? Also, Laura's here too, so I can get the answer maybe before she leaves. Nope, she's just hopping out. Okay. Like, oh no, I'm coming back. Okay. One place that I would like to go, and we're picking anywhere, right?
Anywhere. No, don't worry about money. Don't worry about like, you know what I mean, like Corona or anything. You just you wanted to go to a place. You could just book the hotel room, and you know what I mean, and just leave tomorrow morning with the flight ready. Everything's, you know what I mean. You could just hop on a plane and go there, and then just enjoy your week there.
We would be going, me and the entire family would be going and living our days inside of World of Warcraft. Hell yes. I would be my night elf Mohawk. I would slay dragons, die and respawn when I want to. Yeah, I mean, it's not maybe a realistic answer, but if I'm given my imagination to go off of, yeah, I would totally live. I think me and her happily in World of Warcraft.
All right. Now
yeah, she says no.
Now, what's the more realistic answer for you? So now you obviously you would want to go. You'd be okay with going to World of Warcraft, and just kind of spending your life on there. Where would be a realistic spot? So like, you know what I mean? Like if you had to go somewhere in the world. Would you know what I mean? Would it be like a trip to Hawaii, to Fiji? Would you know what I mean? Like Alaska, like I said. Would you go back to Colorado to the mountains? You know what I mean? What would you choose to go spend a 1 week vacation on?
Oh, Japan, definitely.
All right.
Japan. I'm interested I'm interested in this culture. I mean, I'm definitely a full-on weeb, no, without a doubt.
Hmm.
But past that, I find there's just a lot there that I think that it's interesting to learn about. Not just their culture, but heck, the economics is fun. The government's fun. How they have their policies and this and that. Probably getting to know people and their different ways that outside of our own. Everything is so different and foreign. One thing that kind of blows my mind. I'm even using that term a lot. So, but one term that kind of like blows my mind is the fact that when you think of Japan, you think of probably the weirdest weeaboo stuff out there. But Japan is actually far more conservative than the U.S. And by a miles, far more conservative.
Well, that's because
With
there's a lot
just
more rural tradition there.
Mhm.
It's
Correct.
yeah, it's still advanced in the cities, but a lot of people, you know what I mean, we're like in America, we're a very diverse community, you know what I mean, we're like it's pretty common to leave your house and you would see people of all different races, where in Japan, now you know what I mean, it's not wrong, but like you're gonna stick out like a sore thumb because you know what I mean, even a white
Hey,
dude, you know what I mean, it's
yeah.
just it's not something that you're used to seeing because the
I
majority
mean,
of people there are natural born Japanese.
and just like how it's endeared into them, like well, here we have to have police for just about everything.
Hmm.
They're part of their own culture, polices themselves. They don't, if there's no cars coming and the walk light is red, they're not going past. Doesn't matter where they're at. It's just something that you just don't do. Their streets are clean not because there's someone who's always cleaning them. They don't put trash there.
Hmm.
Um, you call it the people that are living on the streets are cleaner because they actually go to public restrooms. They have Wi-Fi on their cars when they're sleeping on it. Not saying that you want to be homeless. There, homeless is bad no matter where you go, but just so many things that I feel like are nice, endearing, are fixed by society and not rules per se or laws on there. And it would be interesting just to go there, even just pick up a little bit that for your own self growth would be nice. If I stay there for a week, hopefully learning, because I
Hmm.
think I feel like a lot of people do, especially after like the whole Logan Paul instance. Like, okay, am I gonna just seem accidentally rude if I do this? Am I gonna do this? If I don't bring a business card to every occasion, am I gonna be like totally like scrutinized? I did see a couple of videos and like, yeah, it's all right or whatever, but you might
Hmm.
want to do that. Even it's like the laws, which their social rules with shoes and stuff like that. The social rules, and that's how strong the bond is, and more that I don't even understand. I think that would just be nice. Now, am I going to go to an anime cafe? Fuck yes. But
That's
am
about
I
the
gonna
answer I
spend?
expected.
But I also enjoy the actual culture too. If other places I would love to go to outside of that, I would like to see Egypt. That would be interesting. Good place to be. I'd love to go back to Germany. Germany was really really cool. When I started school there, that's where I started. Hey, Moist asshole, how you doing? That's literally his name in the chat. He said lips were smacking while eating. Finally got some good. All right, all right. And we're gonna go with there. I see a lot going up there. I fear reading higher up on there. Moist asshole says I'm an insomnia man. No problem. A lot of us are that play these games or who play games. But yeah, that would be my quick answer. Japan for a lot more than just what most people would go for.
Yeah.
But that too.
I would go for the hot anime babies, like the hot
I
anime chicks. I can't wait to go there for the hot anime chicks.
part of me will like feels like because I know that there's also part of that where there's you know this not exactly strong hate, but a bit of a dislike where it's like they're put into a niche that they're not really in. Like anime is more accepted there, but just to be that one weeb guy, you just come off as one of those creepy guys. So if you ever like see those anime something starts with an H or rhymes with tie, and there's this sweaty looking guy. Typically, they look kind of American for a reason, and then you get kind of put into that range. So, no, I don't want to be that over there.
All right. Well, you happy with your answer then? You definitely Japan. Japan's definitely a must go.
Yeah, I think Japan's definitely a must go.
All right. All right, we're down to the final 3 questions.
All right. Actually, Moise has with another question. It's an important question. What is the most attractive fictional alien species, and why is it? I don't know how to pronounce that. Was it Quarian? 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 Don't know. Fictional alien. I'll come back to you on that one. All right. I'm ready for you.
All right. If you could
Oh,
open a
that's
business, if you could open a business for your channel, such as an actual office, would you do it? And where would you locate the office?
Oh, I got a couple places in mind that I would be okay with. I mean, definitely Florida is just going to be a top time choice. I actually know that it would be probably located somewhere near our downtown area. Got a couple lovely buildings there. It's talking about the ZTV.
Now you're talking about
Laura's
Florida.
here too.
Okay, so you're
Tampa.
Florida. You're referencing to. Okay.
Yeah. And you know in the Tampa downtown area, not downtown. Actually, yes, downtown. That's where you get some really looking. Yeah, our Ybor. Ybor is where like literally you're near bars. There's a lot of places you can get some good food. Yeah. So I would say Ybor is definitely on that list. And if I was going to name another spot that's outside of there, Colorado, maybe somewhere in Denver, maybe somewhere Colorado Springs, those 2 areas there. You get a bit of the snow, Pikes Peak, a lot of things to do there. Good memories there. And if it was not there, then I haven't heard about it or researched it to know a sweeter spot. But those are the 2 that are on my list. And Boston? Oh yeah, Boston wouldn't be bad. That'd be a little closer to you. Yeah. But Boston was pretty hot. Boston was pretty cool. Actually, it was really cold for me. Because you can't talk about cold. Okay. I'm not sure if you can hear her in the background. Let me just turn the gain up here. You want to say hi real quick, babe?
Hi, Mom.
He says, hi, Mom.
Hey.
I'll turn the audio up there. D says, Texas? Come to Texas, ooh. What's that?
Oh, no.
No, you have to get out of Texas. You got to get out of Texas. All right. And Mean Dragoon says, how do you do? I bored. Anyone want to play Cold War, Apex, or anything like that? Maybe some Destiny later on. Who knows? Going back to Amanda Crozy.
All I know is Texas is really big.
Yes it is.
Oh.
But I used to live in Louisiana and crossed over Texas a few times. We went through Texas and
I don't know. I drove through Texas quite a few times on my way from Florida to Colorado or Colorado to Florida. That's a long state to drive through.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Shitty Geek says Destiny. Yep. You want to? We'll send you an invite to the server probably later on if you're down. It's a different server, but yeah, we'll get you in. Just DM me and I'll hit you up later on that. So yeah.
If you want to join the server, it's always go right down below to the panels, click Discord, the panel Discord, and then you can just join through there.
All right, smooth. He's in. All right. Wait a second. Where's my cheer? There we go. I'm pressing buttons and nothing was happening. All right. So, what number of question are we on now? We're going like.
I don't know the number of the question, but this is the second last question.
Okay.
All right. You ready for this one? So if you had
I might be.
So for the office one, you said definitely downtown Tampa or potentially maybe Boston, just depending on it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think either way, if it was startup, we would at least have a starter office here in Tampa before we made any big moves. Just because it's literally next door, and then we can adjust and plan from there, and then go real big. At least that's what I see most businesses do.
Yeah. All right. So, second to last question: if you could move anywhere on the planet and have your house, so ignore the cost. You know what I mean? Ignore. You know what I mean?
Anywhere on the planet.
Move anywhere on the planet. And you know what I mean? Don't ignore the cost of the house. You know what I mean? You'd have full plumbing, electricity, Wi-Fi, everything you'd ever need. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You'd always have all the supplies you need. What state or country would you live in? And would it be a rural area, suburban, or would you be more inclined towards an urban environment?
Ooh, this is always a twisted question because I would want to be urban, at the same time have my space. Like I would like to have that that land you get in the South while being in a big city. I can't think of like a specific area that's even kind of like that. Other than many places in the U.S. So I would say if you can marry a bit of the land you get in in Georgia or stuff like that, and have that in something like maybe New York or something like that, that could be a good feel. Having the mix of both of them. D says Texas is like that.
Okay, I'm more likely to live in Texas than Georgia.
Oh yeah. There are limits of drinking in Georgia that I disagree by spirit. I totally disagree on that. Slice Six says so. Crozie's voice is echoing.
Yeah, that's so I can hear.
Yeah. Because I have Laura here, so I have headphones on. That's what she can hear.
Oh, I see. Okay. I thought that was an issue on my end.
No, you're all clear. You're good and clear. In fact, if I'm not echoing, because Crozy on this side, if you guys don't know, he's recording this too.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, this will be up soon.
You guys will get a cleaner cut of this on his side when he's finished.
Mm-hmm. And this will be on Zavion's channel, of course.
Aw. All right, we are down to the last question. It sounds like.
Yeah, we are.
Where you're living?
Yeah, wait.
That's right. Do you want me to
you said
a place?
Well, yeah. I think you said New York. I thought you said New York City and urban.
Yes, New York City with
that really where's that
with an acreage.
Super rich place that's right above New York City that
Wait.
it's called something.
Oh, I can't think of the name of it. I know I would put the guy who owns Minecraft. There was that house that he bidded on that he was going up against Jay-Z for that house, and then he won the bid. Yeah, that place. Just totally take that place from him.
So probably somewhere in New York, then.
Yeah, we're gonna go with that. We're gonna go New York with space. Right. You know what? I'll take the Trump Tower, and I'll take the Trump Tower, and I will take.
Tower.
Yes, we'll have. So if you guys watch me, it'll be this on the Trump Tower, and that'll look really good. And don't worry, I don't ever plan to run for president.
It will be the new ZTV Tower.
Yes, we're just gonna create our new country inside of the tower.
Well, live in there.
Sounds a perfect idea.
Great. Everyone can have their own.
Oh yeah. Well, the best internet throughout the entire building.
Cecil Hotel.
The Cecil Hotel.
I just watched that show.
Well, that's the haunted one when people die. I'm not sure about that.
I don't want it there.
All right. So lol ID vote for you. Oh, you would vote for me? I'd take it. I would make drugs not just legal, but I would make them mandatory.
Oh boy.
That way, if you ever get pulled over.
He is not running for president because I would never be that person standing up there talking to a gazillion people. I would have a heart attack. My anxiety would be like.
Okay, somebody says Zavion 2024. Hey. with me as your president, you can guarantee that you're gonna need to shit your pants. I am gonna change some things.
All right.
All right.
I think we're now on to our final question. This one was the last minute added, literally like 2 minutes before we started the podcast. Or the G2K. Now I don't know if some people know this about you, but you're a big beer drinker. You know what I mean? You kind of prefer your beer over, you know what I mean, like having like a thing of like whiskey or vodka. Now, what is your favorite beer choice and why? And what made you get into beer rather than, you know what I mean, like sticking to like a harder alcohol such as like whiskey or vodka or something, you know what I mean?
Good question. Multi-layered answer, like all the other answers. So, what got me into beer, I think, was mainly back in the day. Our family, and we had a bar called Bar Games, and literally had like that was part of the theme. You come in there, you can drink, play video games. We had full service, full food, and stuff like that. And we had 21 taps of beer. 21. That's a lot. That's a lot.
I was about to say that's a lot of taps. Most bars only have like maybe like 6 on tap, and then you have some that's just like in bottles in the back.
Yeah, and it was like right in front once you came in. There's like this. In fact, anything is just the visual 21 taps on deck was there, and we would have different beers that would come in every now and then. So I had most definitely sampled each and every type of new thing that came in there. Some are shandies. You had of course you have your Bush, because Bush has to be in there because you need to make money. You have it's just so much variety of just the different types of beer. Apple Orchard, the seasonal beers that would come in, and what was the big draw for a lot of people, and it's a beer place that's right here in my hometown here, is Yingling Lager. We literally have the factory here. And Yingling is just one of those beers. Now, if you don't like the flavor of beer, this not gonna be your favorite. I would suggest a cider, or something like what's the beer you have downstairs? The Mike's Hard Lemonade. Yeah, something like that.
Not beer.
Yeah, that's not beer.
It is. Yeah.
Hard seltzer.
Yeah.
But if you want to feel like you're drinking beer, but not drinking beer, or at least try to claim, it still doesn't work. But yes, Yingling and Shady Geek's like, oh, my dad loves that. It is the one beer that you can pour a pitcher of and just like drink with a bunch of people, and you order up another pitcher. It's Bud Lights is all right. But so Yingling's my favorite. I do have one other one that's kind of like, it's like apples and oranges. Yingling is my apple. My orange would definitely have to be Guinness.
Yeah,
And
my man.
if it is properly made, it is a dessert where you can get it. Yingling is your steak. Yingling is your ice cream, and your birthday cake. It is a moment that you have and you enjoy on there when it's properly made. I can't emphasize so hard when it's properly made. When the foam is right at the rim, you have the rest of the bottom, and you drink it in that sequence. It is an utter treat. If you don't, you've ever just like poured it and it's just felt like it went everywhere, that you did Guinness wrong. I'm sorry. And yeah, it may hurt your feelings a little bit. But yeah,
Gotta
that'll be
respect
my
the craft.
Yes.
I could have the only beer that I like.
Oh yeah, that's right. You have okay, so bonus answer. Laura likes Linman's friend Royce raspberry lim. Holy smokes. Okay. Basically it's a wine beer. And
It's a fermented beer, is what they call it. Or...
yeah, wine fermented or kind of wine-ish beer.
It is
Very, very tasty. Very, very good on the taste.
Yeah.
I can definitely say that if want to, I can put it in like in maybe the inside of a Discord in case you guys want to take a look at what this beast is. Is one I would recommend if you're a first timer of alcohol and want to have a pleasant time, and you like raspberry soda. This is the beer for you. This is literally the beer for you. Mine's, of course, is going to be that. Also, another one that I was going to throw out there anyway. Summer Shandy on a hot day, real cold. It feels like it'll save your life.
Actually,
Yeah. Well, I want to go back to those hard drinks though, because maybe I've thrown some misconceptions about hard drinks, because I do like liquors and stuff like that.
no.
but
Yeah,
I
I
like
know
to
that,
as-
but I was asking more of the general question of why did you prefer beer? You know what I mean? Like if you were to go to a bar, you know what I mean? Would you sit down and have a beer, or would you sit down? You know what I mean? Or would you take a shot and then kind of
I think
that
it's
let
still
that?
the occasion. It has to deal with the occasion. If you're on a date, you're on a one-on-one. You're with a small, maybe you're with a duo crew. Go ahead and go for the hard drink. Go for your Russian Quaalude. Your
Planter's
Lanter's
Punch.
Punch. Yeah. I have one that I hate, and that's the Long Island iced tea. No, that's no go. It's not quality. It's not quality if that's what you want. But yeah, but when you bring out a beer, you're inviting people in. It's an a moment, like with liquor. I feel like it's like, hey, it's just us here. It's just these are very expensive drinks. Don't tip over my cup. You got fragile glass. It's there. It kind of shows like this is a special moment for those few people. Beer, it's in a can for a reason. You tip it over, you go, oh, whatever. You go in there. It's a social drink that you get to enjoy, a social drug that you can enjoy, people. And I think that kind of is on brand with me.
That definitely is on brand with you. Very social.
Not fragile.
Far from fragile. All right. That's all the questions I have for you.
All right. Well, can I put something else out there too?
Yeah, go ahead.
So we've been running the ZTV for a while, and there has been so much that whether you're brand new or whether you've been in for a long time, there is always it's a by the moment type of thing. Each day there's something weird, new. There's new drama. There's some new feature we're doing out there. There's something crazy. No 2 days are the same, and you just want to put out this as one of those moments out there. If you guys enjoy what we do, in any way, shape, and form, thank you, because part of that is what you guys bring to the table, and all you do is have to bring yourself. There's no person that's like does not have something about them that they can share. I hope that this is an area you feel open, that you can hop in, let you guys tell people about yourself, what your weird opinions are, what your great opinions are, or literally just go in there and just have fun. I feel like I'm gonna keep this as running as far as I can, making it grow as much as I can, and I hope that we you guys are down to continue with this road. I'm gonna keep going as hard as I can. And also, someone else I want to thank that honestly doesn't get thanked enough, and this is my strongest supporter, so much so you guys don't even know, and that is my wife. She is allowing me to do this and spend so much time on all this. And yes, it does cause her stress. It does cause her stress, but at the same time, she has been the one that's been on my side, being okay, just saying I want you to be happy, and even helping out even here and there, just there. And also they did ask about the ITC podcast, and will it be coming back, and
Talk to the man who puts way too much on his plate.
I did kind of mention that. But yeah, she is why we get to have
Maybe to just make it weird dream nights we do that.
You know what? Yeah, we could. Yeah. So maybe coming real soon, we'll have a special merging of an ITC out of nowhere ZTV combination.
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh,
Well, I'm excited to look forward to some of that stuff.
and thank you, Acrozy. You have been a band. Thank you for taking up the mantle and being the host for my G2K. You have been there. You are like, don't tell your father, he'll get offended. But you're like my digital son that's there. You're really cool, man.
Yay.
You got style. You can always come out to me, man. Because like really, just I can't say it enough. But dude, thank you guys out there in the chat. Thank you, the guys who are my ZTV staff. I'm talking about Sly Snake. I see you there. I'm talking about Cthulhu. I'm talking about Demented Torito. I'm talking about Cyroid that's out there. Zenity, of course. You yourself, a Crozy, my man. D. Well, you know what? Let me put this out there too, because she's like D's actually not part of the ZTV staff, but honestly, he is been there a lot. He's out there doing his own thing, and I like want to be personal cheerleader. He's basically ZTV staff.
Mhm.
But the only reason why he's not there for anybody who's ever wanted to know, is he's basically like my next partner of crime, and there's Batman and Robin. I'm gonna say he's my Robin.
They work
I
hand
give-
in
I give-
hand a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
D has his own stuff that he wants to do. He's inspiring. He's doing his own dream like Zavion is. You know what I mean? Where mine is, I don't like to stream. You know what I mean? So there's no need for me to like start up my own server and do all that stuff. So I help out around here as much as I can.
Yeah, and it's highly appreciated. Like, dude, so D, much love to you. Much love to you. It's because I support his channel, the D Familia. If you guys want to go in there, you can also hop there and promote your own server. His presence is here in the ZTV fam. I am a part of the D Familia as well. But yeah, I mean, it's good to have, like, this is a business that's good to have friends. There's a lot of businesses that aren't like that. This one is, and to everyone here who's enjoyed me for any extent of time or enjoyed what we've done, thank you so much. And I think that's where we're gonna ride off to on this one. What do you say, my man?
Yeah.
My Banth Crozy.
I just want to give one last closing message. I just want to thank everyone, obviously, who came up to the stream tonight, and all the people who may or may not be watching on the YouTube version, which will be coming out in a few days. But I also want to give a massive thank you to not only all those people who watch, but a massive thank you to Dorito, Raven, Zenity, D, and Sly. Once again, all the ZTV staff. All those people are some of the greatest people I have ever met, and they're part of one of the most fantastic communities that allow me to help out so much and allow me enjoy everything with one another. And thanks to them is the whole reason why we were able to put half of this stuff together, and why we're able to do so much scheduling like this with all the podcasts, and how everything's able to fly so smoothly sometimes and not just kind of be like a hot jumbled mess. It's those people that, you know what I mean, who like maybe you and I might see all the time, but they sure as well, they do a lot in the background.
Yes they do. Yes they do.
But
yeah,
so this is a big massive project that I kind of put together, and I was the lead on, but it was definitely thanks, and there's a lot of credit due to all those people I just mentioned. But
D said this is starting to sound like the last episode of a sitcom. Well, sorry, you weren't finished.
it's fine. But yeah, and then obviously the one last thank you I just wanted to put is towards you, obviously, Zavion, and being able to be there for most people, and always being able to help out wherever you can, and always just being one of the most friendly people I've ever met, and one of the most caring as well. So obviously this is my way of giving you something back for your own G2K. Obviously more like this will come in the future. I will surprise Zavion with more stuff. You guys know I will.
Yeah,
but I thought this is something
this
is gonna be a good start to getting, you know what I mean, to getting Zavion on some of his own stuff, obviously, because you can't interview yourself.
No, but I can talk a lot.
No, you can't do that though.
And D says I want to cry. Dude, thank you guys. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart.